What's up, people? So we're looking at talking about the different topics that you see here. Tyson Fury confirms, or at least he didn't confirm, but he states that the Wilder Fury rematch is going to happen February the 20th of next year, 2020. And he talks about also that he's going to knock Deontay Wilder out. That one I don't know about. We also have some more news I want to talk to you guys about concerning Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. Latest press conference between them. The fight is about 2 weeks away, 2 to 3 weeks away. And we're also going to talk about the Doghouse, Mayweather Boxing Doghouse, Mayweather Boxing Club. I've been watching at some things. Just recently watched a video there. And really, man, it's quite intense. If you're watching this video, you like what you see, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And also, you can always donate to this channel as well. So we're going to talk some boxing. So the first one, the news that Tyson Fury announces to his fans, his people, that he will be, that the contract has been finalized, and Deontay Wilder and himself, they will be facing each other February of next year. That's some good ass news. If that is really the case, that is really some good ass news. And it means that Tyson Fury wasn't ducking Deontay Wilder, but actually trying to put himself in a position so that they could have the rematch on favorable terms for him, which would be cool. I haven't heard anything on Deontay Wilder's end yet, so we're looking for confirmation from Deontay Wilder that they're actually going to face each other, which should come shortly, hopefully very soon. When we're talking about not Mayweather, but Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao, that is a big fight, as we all realize, a big platform. It's going to be a mega fight. It's definitely going to be a mega fight. I've listened to Keith Thurman talk a lot about Manny Pacquiao. A lot of what he said made sense. I explained to somebody why I thought Keith Thurman would win the fight. I still pick Keith Thurman to win, not by stoppage. I don't see Keith Thurman stopping Manny Pacquiao anytime soon. Keith Thurman still talking and persisting that he will stop Manny Pacquiao, that he will end his career and all of that stuff. I don't see that happening. He talked about things like Manny Pacquiao has to jump in to get to his opponent. That may be the case, but there's a reason why a lot of opponents haven't been able to counterpunch Manny Pacquiao coming in just like that. Even though Floyd has been able to be successful at doing that, Adrian Broner's had some degree of success with that. There's a reason why they don't catch him coming in. I'll leave Keith Thurman to figure that out. But it has to do with timing. It has to do a lot with timing. Pacquiao doesn't just come in on his opponent. He comes in at times when his opponent is open. There's a gap where the opponent is open to come inside. And Pacquiao doesn't just come on the inside. He does a number of other things. And he doesn't just come off of your traditional angle on the inside to his opponent. So you have to be, he usually comes off of an angle his opponent can't hit him with. So he's coming in off an angle that he can hit you, you can't hit him. And the thing with Pacquiao will be his quickness and his speed. He's the smaller guy, so he uses his quickness and speed to his advantage. The problem with Floyd Mayweather was quicker than Manny Pacquiao. He was quicker than him. That's the thing. Pacquiao was faster than Floyd, but Floyd was quicker than Pacquiao. And I can guarantee you that Pacquiao is going to be quicker than Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman will need to use his timing. He'll have to have proper timing to be able to engage Manny Pacquiao, like Juan Manuel Marquez had proper timing. So, I mean, these are just things that people have to understand in boxing. And Keith Thurman, I still favor him to win the fight, not because of what he's been saying. Most of what Keith Thurman has been saying, especially when he's talking about, retiring Manny Pacquiao, or crucifying Manny Pacquiao, and all this kind of stuff. I don't think that Keith Thurman is going to be able to do any of that stuff. He's not going to be able to crucify Manny Pacquiao. He will catch him, but he's not going to crucify him. Pacquiao is very tough. I think a lot of people get caught up in what happened with Juan Manuel Marquez against Manny Pacquiao. They forgot that Marquez trained his ass off, first of all. Probably took steroids as well. And on top of that, he's practicing a particular punch to knock out Manny Pacquiao. And what he counted on was Pacquiao's stutter step, which Pacquiao doesn't use anymore, if you notice. And Pacquiao doesn't even leap as high and as fast as he used to leap in recklessly. So Pacquiao leaped in on Marcus and was able to capitalize on that by catching him with a counter right. Since that time, Pacquiao hasn't been doing certain moves, telegraphing what he's about to do. So Pacquiao is a lot different a fighter to the fighter that we saw against Juan Manuel Marquez. If it was that fighter against Juan Manuel Marquez, obviously Keith Thurman could stop him. But if, the Pacquiao of 2008, 2009, 2010, that Pacquiao could be stopped because he was a bit reckless. The Pacquiao of 2000, when he fought Leo Laduaba, the Pacquiao that faced, Antonio Barrera, not so much Eric Morales, but Antonio Barrera. That Pacquiao was a lot more boxer. People said Pacquiao was a brawler. Was great. He wasn't, but he was more of a left-handed fighter. He wasn't so much using his right hook. He started using his right hook against guys like Miguel Cotto, against guys like he was mixing it up. He would throw as if he's going to throw the lead left, then he would throw a right hook and stuff like that. He would feint all kinds of ways. Even the Pacquiao versus Oscar De La Hoya was different. So there are different versions of Pacquiao as his career. This version of Pacquiao is more of a boxer, and this version of Pacquiao is actually a lot cleverer than all the other versions of Pacquiao. Since Pacquiao's faced Floyd Mayweather, he's been a lot better than he used to be, which is why he was able to drop Timothy Bradley, I think twice, in his final fight with Timothy Bradley. And I would have loved to see this version of Pacquiao against a guy like Juan Manuel Marquez, because this version of Pacquiao is a lot more defensively minded. Even though he still gets hit with the lead right, it doesn't get hit in such a way that he actually gets hurt because he's not necessarily running full-blooded into a shot. And that's what I was trying to explain to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman needs to understand Pacquiao don't go headlong into shots anymore. So Keith Thurman thinks he's going to stop Manny Pacquiao because Pacquiao is this guy that rabbit jumps and bunny hops into punches. He don't do that no more. Okay? And he cuts angles. So in order for Pacquiao to be able to reach an opponent, he would cut an angle, a shortcut. And he would shortcut the guy, as you say. So if you're a guy that, say, for instance, Pacquiao, when he knocked down Jesse Vargas, he caught Jesse Vargas straight on. Yes, it was a right hand followed by a straight left. But the key to it was Jesse Vargas was pivoting, so that Pacquiao was able to catch him on the pivot. The same thing with Chris Algieri. He caught Chris Algieri on the pivot, and that's how he was able to. Chris Algieri turned too early. Jackson the Hopeful says Keith is fast though. Still, yeah, he's quick. He's quick, but he ain't fast like Adrian Broner. His hand speed's not as quick as Adrian Broner. His foot speed's much faster than Adrian Broner. But he's not as fast as Adrian Broner. Again, fast and quick is two different things. I'll show you the difference. So if you're talking about quick. All right. So quickness has to do with if I am, say for instance, still right here, and then I suddenly throw a punch at you like that. That's quick. Fast is I'm throwing punches, but I'm throwing them really rapidly, one after the other. I'm already moving, right? That's fast. So there's a difference between quick and fast. All right. Floyd is quick. That is, he would just his reaction time is ridiculous. Okay. He don't throw a whole bunch of punches. He's not a combinational puncher all the time. Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not. But he's not necessarily fast with his combinations. Floyd might do like this. He might do like this. He might do right? Each punch is not that super fast. You know what I'm saying? And he took his time in between, but he mixed the punches up, body to head, right? Pacquiao on your hand will go da 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 da. You see what I'm saying? And that's fast, right? And when Pacquiao throwing combination, he just start boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Floyd doesn't necessarily go boom, 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 boom. He might go boom, boom, and then boom, and then whop, and then boom, 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 right? You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference between quick and fast. The actual punch I throw from the point at which I begin to the point at which I extend and come back may be very quick. You see what I'm saying? But I may not throw combinations that quick. You see what I'm saying? And because of Floyd's quickness, for example, Floyd's quickness stops you from doing anything because his reaction time is so quick. You see what I'm saying? So you know, you may want to throw a shot and then he feints as if he's gonna throw a shot, and you hesitate because you're like, I don't know if he's gonna hit me before I hit him. See what I'm saying? And that's what stops guys from throwing a whole bunch of combinations. And then Floyd feints very quickly. He might do something like this. He might do something like this. You know, he may feint really quick. You know, it's just feints are very quick, so it throws you off guard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that you picked up that, but let me see what you guys be saying other than that. There's something up in there. Hold on a second. Okay. Pooh B. Sistro. Is Dillian White a coward? Dillian White a coward? I don't know what to make of that. I'm gonna come to that in a minute. Dillian White, as a heavyweight, has been saying all kinds of crazy stuff. He was saying Deontay Wilder's pleading for him not to face him, and he's saying a whole set of crazy stuff. You know, he said how Anthony Joshua didn't fight Andy Ruiz right. You know, he was supposed to fight him at a distance. We were supposed to trade with him. I'm just listening to what he had to say. You know, he said double up the jab against Andy Ruiz, as if that's really the solution to beating Andy Ruiz. You know, it is what it is. He's saying what he's saying. You know, he's talking out there. He's trying to get his name out there. So, you know, that's what Dillian White's doing. He's trying to keep himself in the equation of these big boys here, because it seems as though he gained sidetracked. And the reason why he gained sidetracked, because you all the way up in England in the O2 arena. Ain't nobody care about you. Everybody talking has been in the United States of America. You ain't trying to cross over and fight no American fighters. So, I mean, you up in the O2 arena. Who give a fuck about you? Nobody gives a fuck about you. Not two fucks. If you're going to fight in the United States of America, we're going to care about you. Other than that, we really don't give a fuck about you. Because all the other fighters, they're fighting in the United States. This is what Amir Khan had over Kell Brook for a little bit, until Kell Brook came across the U.S. and beat Sean Porter. Right? Now, Kell Brook versus Amir Khan, to be honest with you, I'm not hot up on that fight no more. You know, I already knew Kell Brook would have knocked his ass out anyway, but, you know, I'm not interested in that. Maybe the people in the UK, you guys probably are interested in that. You know, you're on every single fucking video. Sorry about that, boss. So anyway, my point is that there's something called fast. So Keith Thurman is fast. All right, he's fast. No doubt about it. But he ain't faster than Manny Pacquiao. And he ain't quicker than Manny Pacquiao. He's just not. Right? But that's not the key. The key here, Juan Manuel Marquez wasn't quicker than Pacquiao. He caught him. Eric Morales wasn't quicker than Pacquiao. He caught him. And the reason is Eric Morales uses length and his height, whereas Marquez uses timing. So if you got better timing than Manny Pacquiao, because your timing could make a difference. Take for instance, Andrew Tabiti was quicker than the dude that stopped him, right? But the dude, he came with a jab followed by followed by a right hand, kind of like Marcus Maidana style. So when Andrew Tabiti snapped back from the jab, he snapped back on the inside of the jab. And so when he came over the top of the jab with the right, his head was right in line to get caught with a right. He should have slipped outside of the line of the jab. All right. And then try to come over the top and with his head. See, if you slip on the outside of a jab, I'm gonna show you something. So let me be orthodox for a minute. All right, this is me in the orthodox stance. The jab comes this way at me. I slip outside of the jab like this. So it passes by here, okay? And then I come over the top this way, okay? That's better than slipping the jab over here on the inside. He got his right hands coming this way, right? I slip over here and I counter over the top. My head is in line with his right hand. So if he comes following up with a straight right off of the jab, he gonna tag my ass. You know who else got hit by that? Shit, I forgot the kid's name. I think he's a featherweight. Carl Frampton got caught with something like that against another guy who he set him up with the jab. Carl Frampton coming inside of the jab, to counter over the jab. He slipped the jab and it came over the top, and the guy just landed his lead right. But if you slip on the outside of a jab and he counter off the outside of the jab, it's a little bit harder to get hit with the lead right, you know. But you still could get hit with the lead right if the dude somehow, some way finds a way to do it. But you slip on the outside of the jab, now the guy can't gauge you with the jab. You slip on the inside of the jab, even though it misses you, it's like a throwaway punch. Even though it misses you, your head's in line with his right hand, and you can get tagged, and that's it. You can get dropped. So that's why I have Andrew to be, and he was coming with all the force in the world with his lead right. So he just ate that right fully, and that just collapsed him. Yeah. So anyway, what I'm saying to you is, I don't see Keith Thurman ever stopping Manny Pacquiao. But what Keith Thurman can do, which Manny Pacquiao can also do, is try to go to the body. So Pacquiao is trying to go to the body of Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is trying to go to the body of Pacquiao. This makes for an interesting fight. But yeah, Keith Thurman is depending on his power to knock out Manny Pacquiao. So it doesn't even go to the decision, doesn't even go to the scorecards. I just don't see that happening. All right. But Keith Thurman does make a very plausible point. There is something you could do to Manny Pacquiao, and that is smother his offense. But you got to be strong enough to smother his offense. Jeff Horn made it a rough and tumble fight where he was smothering Pacquiao's offense. But the way how Jeff Horn got to the inside of Manny Pacquiao was by using the same footwork Manny Pacquiao uses. He started stepping, he started switch hitting, and he shifted to get to the inside of Manny Pacquiao. It's not easy to get to the inside of Manny Pacquiao. Sean Porter could do it, I'm pretty sure. But Keith Thurman, he got to know what he's doing. Otherwise, he's not going to get to the inside of Manny Pacquiao just like that. So there's a lot of tricky things to Manny Pacquiao. And I think Keith Thurman, he's thinking, man, these other guys beat Manny Pacquiao. I'm going to beat Manny Pacquiao. Well, there's certain skills Jeff Horn was working his whole career so that if he had to face Manny Pacquiao, he could face him. He was patterning. He was inspired by Manny Pacquiao. So the reason Jeff Horn was able to beat Manny Pacquiao was because he had studied, mirrored Manny Pacquiao for years. Figured out how to beat him. It's not like Jeff Horn just woke up one morning and said, I got size, I got weight, I'm going to beat Manny Pacquiao. It didn't just happen like that. Also, guys like Sean Porter, Jeff Horn, they smother your offense. And then they find little holes in it, and they're kind of sloppy, but they can land some body shots inside of there. But they make it rough and tumble and ugly. Keith Thurman's not going to make it rough, tumble, and ugly for Manny Pacquiao. But if he can get to the inside, he can smother his offense. Keith Thurman's more have to box Manny Pacquiao on the outside and wait for Manny Pacquiao to come into him. But I'm going to tell him again, when you think you throw it, because Pacquiao's good at slipping jabs and getting to the inside of a jab. If you think that you're just going to keep Pacquiao at bay with a jab, you might have another thing coming. Now, if you follow it up with a lead right, then you might just catch him. Not lead right, but a right. So just all these little things that Keith Thurman has to realize who he's actually facing. I don't think he understands. Pacquiao ain't no chump. He's not a chump. He's trying to show that Pacquiao don't belong amongst those top guys. Okay, I wish you best of luck. I'm telling you now, it's going to be a competitive fight. You might win, 7 out of 12 rounds or 8 out of 12 rounds, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard fought rounds for you to get those rounds. Okay, and I think you need to understand Pacquiao's going to get to him. Pacquiao going to land something on him. Okay, and he better be ready for that too, because Pacquiao has done it against the best in the world, from Floyd Mayweather all the way down. So if he thinks that Pacquiao's not going to get to him, Pacquiao going to get to him. And if he is vulnerable in any way, shape, or form, Pacquiao going to finish his ass. All right, but Keith Thurman's durable. He's strong. I don't see Keith Thurman getting stopped by Pacquiao. I don't even see him getting dropped by Pacquiao. So there are those things. Keith Thurman's not really a guy like Floyd who pivots really well like that. He more bounces around the ring, skips around the ring and stuff like that. So he's more like a Sugar Ray Leonard. But I still think Pacquiao's not just going to get to Keith Thurman just like that. It's not just going to happen like that. But I do think Pacquiao's going to get to him at some point in the fight. And we're going to see what Keith Thurman can do. Because if he can't last that onslaught, Pacquiao going to have an onslaught. You're going to have to lup him up, grip him up, something to stop the onslaught. If he can't do that, he's going to stop him. I'm guaranteeing you that. Pacquiao going to stop Keith Thurman. So Keith Thurman better know what he's doing, because Pacquiao is motivated. Pacquiao probably going to be the sharpest he ever been in his life. He gonna be quick. He gonna use boxing. Pacquiao gonna use boxing because you talking about he's not one of the greatest boxers out there. He gonna show you some boxing. So if you know I'm telling you, man, Pacquiao ain't no fucking joke. Okay, if you think you just gonna cruise in this fight and stop Pacquiao and not gonna be it, you got another thing coming, Keith Thurman. Pacquiao ain't gonna get stopped, right? And Leonard LB knows this, and I know this. You ain't gonna just Pacquiao like that. Now, why Marquez, he was able to stop Manny Pacquiao, but that was because that Manny Pacquiao was a little bit too reckless going in for the kill. He had mashed up Marquez's nose, and Marquez wasn't budging. Marquez was like, "You gonna have to kill me in here before you get me." You know what I'm saying? It was a battle to. And look what happened to Marquez. Pacquiao got to Marquez and messed up his nose. Right? Dropped his ass, all kinds of shit. So if you think that you just gonna go in a fight with Manny Pacquiao and beat him up and be a one-sided fight, you can do that. But it's not necessarily going to happen. You say you're going to beat him and it's not going to be single round and Pacquiao wins. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'm guaranteeing you Pacquiao going to win a round or two. If you're on your A game, if you're not on your A game, if you're not sharp, if you don't understand that this dude, if you mix it up with him too much, you're going to get tagged. If you don't understand what Pacquiao is about, your ass going to be grass because this is not the same Pacquiao. Uh, Pacquiao is not the same guy as what people think he was, and he's much more complex now, and he's a lot smarter. There's a reason why he beat Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner was saying all that shit, and he couldn't do nothing. Jackson the Hopeful. Dillian White isn't a very good fighter. A prototypical UK heavyweight with a big punch. He even got a big punch, man. He don't even got a big punch. Who has Dillian White knocked out of recent times? He's had a lot of fights. Who has Dillian White knocked out of recent times? Big punch my ass. He couldn't even do nothing to Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker was the one who got him in all that trouble in the 12th round. Couldn't do shit to Joseph Parker. He never got a big punch. People making it sound like Dillian White's this big monster or something. Dillian White ain't shit. Who has he faced? Who has he faced? Joseph Parker? Okay. Joseph Parker's a damn good fighter. Joseph Parker almost had his ass out in the 11th and 12th. Almost knocked his ass out. He was all on groggy legs, punch drunk like shit. He just didn't go down. Joseph Parker was trying to go in for the kill. All right? Joseph Parker probably had a hits harder than, you know what I'm saying? When you look at who's Dillian White, who is Dillian White really knocked out? Who's Dillian White? Would you say he a big punch? What big punch? He was outboxed by Chisora. That's right. He was outboxed by motherfucking Chisora. Chisora was beating up his ass. Who is this motherfucker? Dillian White ain't nothing. He ain't shit. He ain't shit. I'm surprised people talking about. There's no disrespect to Dillian White. He a hell of a fighter in terms of he would beat my ass. I'm not. I'm just a spectator. You know what I'm saying? But what I mean to say is, who has Dillian White? Dillian White's not on a Tyson Fury, a Andy Ruiz, a motherfucking He's not a something. He's not a He ain't no. He ain't no the fuck he ain't no Tyson Fury. He none of those guys. Fury mopped the floor with that motherfucker. Mopped the floor with him. Dillian White ain't nothing, man. He ain't shit. I would like to see Dillian White face Bermain Stavern. Face Bermain Stavern. That's a good matchup for him. I mean, Bermain Stavern got stopped by, I can't remember who stopped him. Somebody stopped him of recent times. Can't remember who. That's a good matchup for him, Because Dillian White, he's not shit, man. He ain't shit. He ain't stopped nobody. That dude, what was it? The boxer guy, I can't remember his name. Big, tall boxer guy. He faced him as a European boxer guy. He couldn't even land a good body punch on that dude. I forgot what the guy's name is. Dillian White ain't got nobody out of there in a long time. He ain't got no big punch. All right? He got a decent, respectable punch, but he ain't got no big punch. Anthony Joshua walked into that big left hook that he threw. Because Anthony Joshua liked to engage too damn much. So yeah, Dillian White. Psh, Dillian White. That motherfucker need to shut the fuck up or just wait for his turn. You know, when he should have been talking up a storm or should have been accepting negotiations. That motherfucker wasn't accepting negotiations and he was quiet. You know, all the last fucking year, the dude was the you know, in line to face Deontay Wilder. I ain't hear shit from him until Deontay Wilder decided to face Ortiz. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Dillian White and Brazil. Okay. Then he turned down negotiations to face Anthony Joshua. That guy's a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking idiot. Don't be surprised if White loses in the 20s. He's facing the young undefeated Lion in Rivas. Hey, man, he a clown, man. He a clown. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, no disrespect to Dillian White because he's achieved quite a lot to get to the position he was. He was placed by the WBC into a particular position, and he messed that shit up. He messed up his fight with Anthony Joshua. He could have had that rematch with Anthony Joshua, who, by the way, knocked his ass out. Let's not forget that. Um, which he shouldn't even get a rematch with Anthony Joshua. Because Anthony Joshua won clearly. Why is he getting a rematch with Anthony Joshua? You know what I'm saying? What is that supposed to prove? Anthony Joshua gonna beat his ass again? You know. But I'm just saying that, you know, when you look at this guy, he's an idiot, man. He's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Tyson Fury ducking him. Get the fuck out of here. Tyson Fury would beat you. He would beat you. What you got for Tyson Fury? You can't even get past Tyson Fury's jab. He wasn't gonna get past his jab. You know what I'm saying? The guy's a clown. You know what I'm saying? He talks, but he can't back that shit up. At the highest level, I was expecting him. I forgot what the guy's name is. I was expecting him to destroy certain fighters, and then I realized he ain't got no fucking. He ain't really got that one hitter quitter that everybody think he got. He ain't got that. He was facing guys coming up that were guys to be knocked out. Let's put it that way. They weren't on his level, so he was able to dispatch them. But as he starts to face better and better competition, he just goes 12 rounds with you. He don't even do you nothing. You know, he don't even do you nothing. He be throwing body shots, and the body shots be doing nothing to the guys. And I'm like, this dude throwing body shots, man. That's supposed to at least slow down the fighter or something. And it didn't do nothing. So I realized he don't really got no serious punching power. He got a little smarts in how he box. That's about it, really. You know, Dillian White, he a joke, man. He priced himself out from facing Anthony Joshua. He a clown. You get an opportunity of a lifetime. Andy Ruiz jumped at it. Now look at Andy Ruiz. Look at the position Andy Ruiz is in. And he want to tell me he could beat Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz would smoke his ass. Would smoke him. Smoke him. And Andy and White isn't as tall as the best dudes. He's only 6'4". That's nothing. 6'4" is good height. He's tall. He a tall dude. But at the end of the day, you know, he ain't he ain't battle tested. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, Joseph Parker faced Andy Ruiz. You saw what Andy Ruiz did to Joseph Parker, right? And then Joseph Parker boxed him smart. At no point did Joseph Parker ever hurt Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz hurt Joseph Parker. Dillian White boxed Joseph Parker and did for 10 rounds. But by the 11th and 12th, Joseph Parker started beating his ass and would have stopped his ass if it was a little longer. That's like Gabriel Rosario versus Solenki. Gabriel Rosado was about to knock out Solenki. If that fight went a little longer, Gabriel Rosado would have knocked his ass out. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, the same thing would have happened to Dillian White versus Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker was going to knock his ass out. Just didn't have enough time to knock his ass out. That was where that was going. You know what I mean? And so he won the fight because he won the majority of the rounds, but he was about to get knocked the spark out. And that kind of guy And y'all should go back and see that fight. Him versus Joseph Parker. It's funny as fuck, man. Seeing this dude just hang on for dear life and listen to the commentators. It's funny as hell. But but my point being, if you about if you're about to get knocked the spark out by Joseph Parker, right? How you gonna handle Andy Ruiz? It's definitely gonna get to you. He's gonna rain it down on you. I'm just saying. To me, it's funny. Hey, if you're here, don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button. You can donate to my channel. Donate to it via Western Union or MoneyGram. I'm just saying. And you can subscribe as well if you like these videos. Apparently, Manny Pacquiao saw one of my videos and he liked it. So my point anyway is, I'm not saying that Manny Pacquiao will beat Keith Thurman. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not going to go that far. I think Keith Thurman is going to pull it off. But at the end of the day, as Leonard Ellaby said, this is a motherfucking 40-year-old guy. Guys, you got to understand, the dude is 40 years old. He's a fossil. He been since 1990 fucking 5. This guy been fighting. People process that professionally. That's some shit. So Manny Pacquiao, like Keith Thurman was saying, Manny Pacquiao's never faced a Keith Thurman. Okay, he never faced a Keith Thurman, but I can tell you, he ain't gonna see nothing new from Keith Thurman, particularly. Why I mean that is Pacquiao has so much experience. He has seen it all in the ring, and the way how Pacquiao's fighting, he's fighting a lot smarter. So if Keith Thurman doesn't understand, I mean, he ain't no Jesse Vargas, he's not no Timothy Bradley. So I expect Keith Thurman to win. But if Keith Thurman thinks he's just gonna go in there and stop Manny Pacquiao, who's gonna be a bunny rabbit bouncing around the ring, he's got another thing coming. And if he doesn't watch himself, Pacquiao will be backing his ass up, just like how Sean Porter did. Backing his ass up. I had to keep that fight somehow in the center of the ring. All right. And Pacquiao has been with Boo Boy working that body. If he has been, working the body, Pacquiao gonna be a hell of problems for Keith Thurman this fight. And Pacquiao's motivated, so I know Pacquiao gonna be trying to work the body. He's gonna be trying to do all kinds of shit. And the Pacquiao now, the fact that you see what people don't understand, right? I'm gonna say this about Manny Pacquiao right now. And again, Leonard Ellaby's right. I mean, which fighter in this present time, Bernard Hopkins is retired. Pacquiao different. Pacquiao picked one of the best fucking welterweights out there to face. Keith fucking Thurman. Who does that at 40? Now, Sugar Ray Leonard faced Terry Norris. I will never forget that. How old was Sugar Ray Leonard? He wasn't 40 yet, I don't think. When he faced what's his name? Hector Camacho, he was 41, I think. But when he faced Terry Norris, he wasn't even 40. Fucking Pacquiao. Think about what I'm saying now. No fucking stay busy fight. He came off of facing Adrian the Problem Broner, who is a top tier, top class motherfucking junior welterweight. He went from facing him, no catch weight. This motherfucker went to facing fucking Keith Thurman back to fucking back. Listen to me carefully, man. He faced Adrian Broner earlier this year. That is some crazy shit. At the age of fucking 40. That is legendary. The motherfucker, like they said, the motherfucker needs to be applauded for facing Keith fucking Thurman. Of all the welterweights, he could have faced Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia don't move that much. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a better matchup for him than fucking Keith Thurman. He decided, I'm going for this motherfucker. He going for Keith fucking Thurman. Y'all don't understand. Now, the people thinking Keith Thurman's vulnerable. Pacquiao know Keith Thurman ain't vulnerable. Keith Thurman's a motherfucking beast. You know what I'm saying? He a beast. And he's a big fucking welterweight. Now, Danny Garcia, to his credit again, hits like a fucking truck. But I mean, you think about what I'm just saying there. Jackson Hopefully says, and Keith Thurman is probably the most established welterweight as far as resume. Not anymore. I think Errol's more established than him now. Yeah, because remember Errol faced Kell Brook, which was the number one fucking welterweight in the world. He's also faced He's also faced Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia. I mean, Mikey Garcia wasn't a welterweight, so I guess you have a point. He was a lightweight. He came up from lightweight, hadn't fought no welterweight fights, and yeah, I guess yeah. Errol's two big names is Kell Brook and Mikey Garcia. Keith's two names are Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. I think that's his two premier names. I'm thinking if there's any other better names there. Keith. Let me see. Danny Garcia at that too. And current WBC champion Sean Porter. So yeah, I think Keith. Yeah, Keith has a better resume between the two of them. Yeah, Sean Porter's resume is ridiculous because Sean Porter faced Kell Brook. Sean Porter faced Kell Brook, Danny Garcia, and fucking Keith Thurman. I think Sean got the best amount of names. When it comes to names he's faced, Sean Porter got, in terms of names faced, not beating them, but names faced, I think Sean Porter got the most elaborate resume out there. And you could dispute whether Sean Porter won against Danny Garcia. Well, he beat Danny Garcia. What the fuck am I talking about? He beat Danny Garcia. He lost to Kell Brook. He lost to Keith Thurman, right? Very competitive fights though. He just kept coming. Well, not Kell Brook fight. That was one-sided, but he still kept coming. Yeah. I think he beat Devin Alexander for the IBF title as well. Devin Alexander's not a top tier anymore. I think he actually is no longer. I think he's gonna retire from boxing now after getting beaten. I think he's gonna retire from boxing. Yeah, but yeah. Devin Alexander was the IBF, I believe it was the IBF champion. So he got names. At the time, Devin Alexander was like one of the top tier guys. One of the top 10 welterweights in the division. So he beat Devin Alexander. He lost to Kell Brook. He faced Kell Brook. He lost to Keith Thurman, and he beat Danny Garcia for the WBC title. So yeah, Sean Porter got four big welterweight names on his resume. That's pretty impressive. Keith Thurman's got two, I think. He's got Sean Porter and he's got Danny Garcia, both of who he beat. I don't think there's anybody else on Keith Thurman's resume that's really big. I think Errol's the next one. Errol's got Kell Brook. And that's, Mikey Garcia is a pound for pound, was on the pound for pound list, so you got to mention Mikey Garcia. But as a welterweight, he wasn't really established welterweight, so you can't really say in terms of welterweight, So you're right. Keith Thurman is not the most. What did it say? He's the most established. I mean, if you mention, you gotta put in Manny Pacquiao in there though. You gotta put Manny Pacquiao in there. The fucking Manny Pacquiao boy. Manny Pacquiao is the most established welterweight in the welterweight division. Fuck all them other guys. Resume wise, he the most established welterweight in the division. The names on Manny Pacquiao's welterweight list, whether recent or past, is fucking phenomenal. So no, let's be real. He might be the old guy on the block with the young kids, but he the most established. In fact, you know what? Hold on a second. I want to show you guys something because fuck it. I gotta show you guys. Oh yeah, I'm in box rec too. Hold on a second, man. Hold on a second. Let me just hold on a second, man, because this is okay. Right, good. Ooh, Manny fucking Pacquiao. Manny fucking Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's name is Emmanuel, right? That motherfucker is. Oh yeah. Hold on a second, because I want to show you guys. People don't really remember and have respect for boxers. Otherwise, I mean, Pacquiao is an old boxer, okay? He's 40 years old. But again, it's about fighting smart, not hard. So if Pacquiao can be smart in there, you know what I'm saying? Santos Gojo, shout out to you, bro. Jackson Hopeful said Thurman beat Guerrero, I guess. Robert Guerrero was a top tier welterweight, but he wasn't a champion. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at I'm looking at world champions. I'm looking at guys at the pinnacle. You know, when we're talking about established resume, we talking about the guys at the pinnacle, the top, the very fucking top. You know, world champions, that kind of thing. That's what I meant. Motherfucking Manny Pacquiao. This motherfucker boy. A motherfucking beast. He'll be in his 71st bout, by the way. This motherfucker boy. Shit, against Keith Thurman. All right, listen to the fucking names that Manny Pacquiao has faced. He's gonna be facing the super champion at the WBA, Keith fucking Thurman, right? Four divisional world champion Adrian the fucking problem Broner. Won the world. Broner was going for Manny Pacquiao's WBA title. All right, Pacquiao was defending his WBA title. All right. Manny Pacquiao at welterweight. Look at this motherfucker. These are the names. I'm talking about names on the fucking list, okay? Timothy Desert Storm motherfucking Bradley. Three times he faced Floyd motherfucking Mayweather. Nobody else can say that on this. Pacquiao faced Mayweather. The legendary Juan fucking Manuel Marquez. Now, Robert Guerrero was a two division or three divisional world champion. So I get what you're saying about Robert Guerrero with Keith Thurman. Shane Mosley. This is at welterweight. Oh, motherfuckers. Joshua fucking Clottey was he was a world champion. He beat Zab Jr. And then Oscar De La Hoya, as well as Miguel Cotto. This motherfucker faced some names at welterweight. So the most established fucking welterweight is Manny Pacquiao. Let's be real. Now, out of the new breed is Keith Thurman. But when we talk about most established welterweight, once he's, you know, that's active, that would be motherfucking Pacquiao. Pacquiao is the dude. He's the dude. That's crazy, man. Just thinking about it. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Some of you guys left the chat. I guess you could put Robert Guerrero inside of there. And Guerrero was a tough, mean dude, man. He was a tough, mean dude. But he never at welter. I see what I really want to talk about is the guys who, you know, the resume at welterweight. Now you can look at their resume overall, and it'll be crazy. But I'm talking about welterweight. I'm trying to keep the opponents having accomplished something at welterweight. You know, cool here. Santos Ragojo said, "Go Manny." Yeah, man, go Manny for real. Jackson the Hopesman says Keith Thurman has beat Sean fucking Porter. Danny Garcia. Yep. Diego Chavez. Now Diego Chavez don't count. Yeah, he was the interim WBA welterweight champion, but he won the pinnacle of the fucking sport. So you can't count him. We're reaching when he got two really good names. Keith Thurman. That's it. Yeah. He got two really good names. Diego Chavez was a good boxer, but he went at the pinnacle of the sport. You know what I'm saying? We look at the guys at the top of the sport. That is, they became world champions. Like Devin Alexander was the IBF world champion. Okay? I think he beat Marcus Maidana or something to become that, whatever. But he was world champion. He was at the pinnacle. So that's why we talk about Devin Alexander for Sean Porter. Which, hold on a second. I'm going to show you guys what Sean Porter did. Because that motherfucker did some shit. Sean Porter did some shit. I think he got more names than Keith Thurman does. Yeah. I got Keith Thurman right now in front of me on this phone here. Yeah, Keith Thurman had Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. You know, he had some veterans. You know, Louis Collazo. You know, he had some good names like Robert Guerrero, Leonard Bundu, Julio Diaz, right? But these are not, Jesus, Diego Gabriel Chavez. Those are good names. Jan Zavik, was once a world champion. Carlos Quintana. He got those names. They're good names. Don't get me wrong. They're good names. But they're not at the pinnacle of the sport at the time. You know. Let me show you guys with Sean Porter. Sean fucking Porter, man. That motherfucker. Let me give you pinnacle. We talking pinnacle of the sport. Danny fucking Garcia. Okay. Danny Garcia wasn't. Well, they were fighting for the WBC welterweight title at the time. So yeah, you got some good names. You got Adrian Granados. Yordenis Ugas is a good fighter. Then you got Andre Berto. He faced Andre Berto, stopped his ass. All right. Anyway, then you got Danny Garcia. You got Keith, good name as well. Um, Faced Kel fucking Brook. He faced Paulie Malignaggi and disposed of him. He was defending his IBF world title. And he got the title from Devin Alexander. That's why I say Devin Alexander was the IBF world welterweight champion at the time when Sean Porter faced him. See? And he also faced Julio Diaz twice. Got a draw with him. That's about it, really. All of this was at welterweight. Right? This motherfucker has 3 names, man. You got Devin Alexander, Keith Thurman, and Danny Garcia. Some good ass names. So what else is being said here? Porter killed Malignaggi. I remember watching that. Yeah, he did. He didn't give Malignaggi a chance in that fight. He was on him like a bulldog. Sean's middle name is Christian? I didn't even know that. Sean Christian Porter. 31 now. Canelo's younger than Porter. And that's some fucked up shit. Canelo's younger than Porter. In fact, Canelo's younger than Keith Thurman. That's some shit. Ain't that some shit? I'm saying, dude. That's some crazy ass shit right there. Yeah, he's younger than Keith Thurman. Hold on, let me go back here. Keith Thurman's 30. And Saul Canelo Alvarez is, I think, 28. Typing it in right now. I gotta talk about Canelo for a minute too. But we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Anything else you guys want to talk about, by the way? Canelo's a baby. He's 28. Adrian Broner. Adrian fucking Broner is older than I think Canelo. I think so. Hold on, let me see. Canelo's a baby. Typing it in now. Actually, Broner might be young as Canelo. He and Canelo might be the same age. Let me see. Nope. He's older than Canelo. He's 29. This is some crazy ass shit. Just process that. Canelo is 28, ladies and gentlemen. That's spooky. That's scary as fuck, if you ask me. So, you guys see me? You guys hearing me? I don't know. I'm noticing that I'm not seeing anybody right now. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, and then of course we want to talk about the sparring in the Mayweather boxing gym. Of course, we're not going to have any major fights for a couple weeks, a week or something like that. So we're not going to have any major fights in boxing. So that's why I'm talking about these fights. So yeah, Tyson Fury is going to face Deontay Wilder again. That's some dope ass shit. Showed Tyson Fury wasn't really running. that in fact Tyson Fury was just trying to get some leverage so that he would have an advantage when he goes into the fight and negotiations for the fight. And when we look at Keith Thurman. So let me give you some other things about it. I think Keith Thurman should pull it off still. I think he's going to get the win, the W over Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he's ending Manny Pacquiao's career anytime fucking soon. I think it's going to be an exciting fight. I think that Keith Thurman's going to be able to outbox Manny. Well, he's going to be able to sort of outmaneuver Manny Pacquiao a little bit. But he's going to realize it's much tougher than he thought it was going to be. It's going to be a very tough fight for him. And he's going to learn you got to be in P's and Q's with Manny Pacquiao. You got to be super sharp with Manny Pacquiao. He's going to learn that he's not as quick as he thought he was. And Pacquiao, is an ambush fighter. That's what Pacquiao do. So you better be on your A game. And Pacquiao's going to be on his A game because you said all that shit. Oh, I'm back. All right. Floyd said that Pacquiao is, he should be pound for pound number one. Y'all don't understand because I keep squeaking it out against Pacquiao. I see him getting it 75, 84, but I'm telling you now, I don't see Keith stopping Pacquiao. That ain't happening. And Pacquiao career ain't over. And Pacquiao's a problem for any one of those guys. He gonna be a problem. Anyway, shout out to Jackson the Hopeful. Shout out to Santos Ragojo. Shout out to let me see what else we got up in here. Got some other people, right? Pooby Sistrunk. Shout out to you guys, man. I saw some other guys in here. Don't forget, man, you guys ain't hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Don't forget you can donate to my channel. All right, let's keep it going. Are we talking boxing this afternoon? If there are more people that could come through, please, man. Come through. I'm going to enjoy that. All right. Right. So let's talk a little bit more about so we're talking about the doghouse. The doghouse is the third one. That's the last thing I wanted to talk about, but there's other things we could talk about in boxing as well. And with the doghouse, this is what I want to say about it. Mayweather boxing gym, man, they hardcore, man. They be doing one round, 31 minutes, one round. And then I started watching at some fucking sparring in the Mayweather boxing gym, putting an MMA chokehold on another motherfucker. I saw a guy get hit flush. His boxing guard went flying out his mouth. He fell on the ground, and dude looked like he was in a coma. The dude wasn't even moving. All that shit happened in Mayweather boxing gym. Of course, I saw Raleigh in there destroying guys. I saw Floyd. Shit, man. Floyd was beating the fuck out of a dude. Beating the fuck out. Man, god damn. I mean, it was raw. Blood all over the shirt of Floyd's shirt, too. And I was like, where did this guy get this footage from? Different guys in the Mayweather boxing. There was this wild one. This guy was just real wild, a red guy. And like he took the shit serious. They were breaking the dudes. They couldn't break the dudes. And the dude was just beating the shit out of another guy. Another guy tried to come in between the two dudes. He almost got hit. I mean, that fucking shit was lit. I'm going to try and send a link to you guys so you can see it because it's just really wild. I didn't know this shit went down in those boxing clubs. It get real in there, man. Some dudes, man, one guy was beating the shit out of another dude, and the dude just took him and just tackled his ass. You know what I'm saying? I saw some little kids. I saw one little kid. He beat the shit out of the other kid. The other kid tried to fight back, but he beat the shit out of the other. They had to come in between. And then the other dude, he got his shit out beat up. When the other dude stepped away, that little dude did like this. Huh! I was like, fuck. The dude was getting beat up, and then after that, he was like, ah! He was like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was so intense. And them little kids, man, their reaction time is ridiculous. I was watching that. I was like, these are killers in here. Like you get beat the shit out of you, and you still a killer. You still want to get your get back. I was like, what the fuck? It's wild. It's wild in there. I mean, them dudes, they built from another cloth, man. They just be like gladiators. I saw a guy rushing he was beating up the other guy, rushing for the kill, and he got knocked the spark down. He got back up. He rolled over, got back up, and he was ready to go. I was like, what the fuck? The mindset of these guys is totally different. I think guys in boxing, it seems as though guys are more embarrassed when they get knocked out on the big stage, because on the little stage, which would be, the boxing club, these motherfuckers be warring, and some of them get knocked down, some of them and they just get back up and they just like dust it off and they ready to go. And I'm like, wow. the kind of damage dudes that in sparring. I mean, you got the headgear and shit on, but still, you getting damaged in there. I remember watching this big white dude. He looked like he was a cop or something. Shredded white dude be beating on Floyd, and Floyd be saying, "Nope, nope, 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 nope." And then the white dude, and then Floyd was like, "You a bitch," and the white dude was like, "Fuck yeah!" A white dude, he's real strong white dude, like, "Ah, fuck yeah!" I was like, "What the fuck?" Much bigger than Floyd. And Flo be like, "You a bitch, you a bitch." You just kept on telling him he's a bitch. I was like, "Whoa," and he's laughing. And I was like, "Whoa," and that's the kind of shit that goes down there. I was like, "Whoa," that was just so fucking raw. It was so raw. And I began to realize, that these guys don't play boxing. They don't play boxing. And what happens in the gym ain't like a lot of people thought that, and just a little spark again for Floyd, because I haven't been watching much of Floyd fights or anything, but that motherfucker was tough. That motherfucker was a tough motherfucker. They were talking about, oh, Floyd runs away and he runs around the ring. Fuck that. That motherfucker, especially in the club, it seems as though he don't run from shit. I remember watching the first Marcos Maidana Floyd Mayweather fight, and I was thinking to myself, this motherfucker ain't running. He ain't running. He just stand there and he just be trading. And I was like, what the fuck? This ain't even a boxing match. They like brawling or something. And he outweighed by the other guy. And I'm like, this guy ain't even taking a fucking step back. And I thought about that. I get why now. They used to tell us that, the Floyd that you see in sparring is different to the Floyd you see, in the ring. Now I understand that shit, because that motherfucker, man, he a beast. I saw him beating up a guy and he seen blood everywhere, just blood sparking off. I was like, fuck, this is raw. This is real fucking raw. And I began to realize how much, you know, these motherfuckers, man, boxing's a totally different world to what you guys are used to. It's not pretty at all. There's nothing pretty about it, you know. And while I admire the beauty, the art of it, it's much more savage than that. Apparently, what happens in sparring is sometimes even worse than what you ever see in an actual fight, without protective gear, without gloves, big gloves. And even with big gloves, you seen blood sparking all over the place. I was like, what the fuck? It's intense, man. You know, I'm just saying. So I was watching that and I was like blown away for a minute. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that and get your thoughts on, how the wear and tear of a fighter before they even fight in the ring. Remember I mentioned that, but I really gotten it from other people who were talking about that, I think, in the sport of boxing. But the wear and tear on a boxer before they even go into the ring is incredible, because that boxer has to sharpen up and all that shit. The wear and tear on a boxer before they even enter the ring, people don't talk about that shit too much. And yeah, you may have protective gear and gloves. Sometimes you don't even have no protective gear and gloves. You just be going at it. I saw guys in the Mayweather boxing gym again, and these motherfuckers, they had gloves on, but no fucking protective gear at all. And these guys just be going at it. And nowadays you're supposed to have protective gear and all of that shit, and these motherfuckers just be going at it. I was like, wow. It's wild, man. It's wild. It's wild. I didn't know that sparring was so fucking wild. It's crazy up in there. And so anyway, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Any other topics you guys want to talk about? You guys mentioned, I forgot the guy's name. That's to tell you how forgettable he is. I see you guys more interested in the heavyweight division. What do you guys think about Tyson Fury saying that that Deontay Wilder fight with him, that rematch, is going to happen next year, February? What you guys think about that? 2020, February 20. It actually said the actual date. I think it was the 20th or 22nd of February, 2020. That sounds really good. Are you guys excited for that? All right, so I want to talk a little bit about Canelo because a lot of people. I was in a boxing on Facebook. I was in a boxing. Don't forget to smash the like button. AJ ATX, shout out to you, brother. ATX, Fury might be the favorite, but I never count out Wilder. Absolutely, I agree, 100%. Wilder has that special touch, and that beast could hit, and he's quick. Um, what you guys want to talk about? Anything else in boxing you want to talk about before I get into the next thing I'm going to talk about? So I got stuff to talk about. If you guys don't have something to talk about, I got something. You guys, yeah, talk about Canelo's options. I talked about this in another video, but I'm gonna talk about it again. No problem. All right, so Canelo's options, right? They talk about the following people who they say that Canelo is they're considering facing. One of them was Jaime Munguia. Everybody, I watched all the videos. Oh, you did, AJATX, you did. Oh, I'm gonna check out your videos, man. Just send me a link, all right? Send me a link. You can just PM me and send me the link. Yeah, but with respect to Canelo, you know, Jaime Munguia somehow popped up as an option for Canelo to face. And everybody, I looked at all the other channels on YouTube, everybody been saying, get the fuck out of here with that option. That is not an option. But I think the reason why they're mentioning Jaime Munguia is because he's from 154 all the way up to 175. They're emphasizing the point. They want GGG to know, motherfucker, that Canelo can fight from 154 to 175. That's the shit that GGG claimed he was going to do. But when Canelo called his bluff, when Canelo was at 155 pounds, he said, okay, let GGG come down to 155 and face me. GGG said, oh, only for Floyd I'll do that. You remember that? You remember that shit? You know, and Canelo was going to break in. He was with the guy who would bring the cash. He would bring the cash, right? And he didn't want to hear that. GGG want to hear that. So Canelo is the real fucking deal. GGG is a fucking fake. Let me say that again. Has proven to be the real deal. GGG so far has proven to be a fake ass motherfucker who has been saying all kinds of shit but ain't done shit. He ain't done, let me say it again, he said all kinds of shit but he's not done shit. Abel Sanchez be the one talking all that shit. GGG ain't back up one iota of it. No one fucking iota of it. And everybody be claiming GGG is the truth and stuff. And one guy was telling me on what was it, YouTube or was on Facebook, this motherfucker will say, oh, only Canelo fans who are blind to the truth say that Canelo won that first GGG fight. They just idolize Canelo. I said that the same could be said about you. Because, see, I can come from criteria. There are 4 fucking criteria to win a fight. All right? Let's talk defense. Who had the better defense in the first fight? Canelo, who was making who miss? Okay? And then was capitalizing on that. 2, who was the fucking ring general? GGG was following Canelo around the ring. He wasn't cutting off the ring. He was supposed to be this great guy to cut off the ring. Where was he then? Where was the cutting off of the ring? Only hitting fucking air with his power shots. Get the fuck out of here. Who was the person hitting with a clean, effective punching? It was fucking Canelo. Triple G wasn't landing nothing with his power shots. He was getting little touch jabs here and there. And that's what y'all ticky-tack counting. Okay? And then 4, most important, who was the effective aggressor? Well, obviously, the guy that's landing the clean, effective punches. Who was who? Canelo, right? So there's no way fucking GGG won that fight. No way. The first fight. I'm going to say it again. I used 4 fucking criteria, which Adelaide Bird used them 4 fucking criteria, and that's how she got 9-3. That's how she got 9-3. And all you motherfuckers out there cannot refute me. I have not seen one motherfucker use evidence to refute me. Oh, GGG was relentless with his aggression, and in round 9, he got Canelo. That's round 9. How many other rounds? What are the other rounds where he did that? round 12. When after Canelo had tagged up his fucking face, he was able to hit Canelo in round 12. And what happened? Canelo turned around, recouped, got his defense back together, and started trading with the motherfucker. And ain't getting touched. But y'all ain't talking about that shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Let's see. What we talking about here? Let's talk about it. ATX says Canelo been moving up. GGG stays at 160. It's too funny. Yeah, it's exactly. But Jaime Munguia, get the fuck out of there with that. I don't want to see Canelo versus Jaime Munguia. All right, that Munguia don't deserve that. Period. You know, I don't care what nobody can make an excuse for that. That's bullshit. All right, but if you want to face Kovalev from 175, what it shows? He showed I could fight from 154. I got a paper champion belt at 168. I fought at 168. Anybody want 168, they could get it. That's what he's basically saying. And then he's saying at 175, I want to show I can do something at 175. Because what Golovkin said from 154 to Abel Sanchez and Golovkin said from 154 to 175, and then they backed the fuck out. I'm doing what they said. They were talking about being undisputed middleweight champion. I'm doing what they said. I'm the one that might become the undisputed middleweight champion. I hope he faces Demetrius Andrade. Okay. That's he doing what GGG and Abel Sanchez be claiming. You see GGG drop Abel Sanchez? He dropped his fake ass. You know what I'm saying? He dropped his fake ass. Because you lost 2 consecutive fights back to back with Canelo. You lost 2 fights consecutively with Canelo. What are you doing with Abel Sanchez? Fuck Abel Sanchez. Kick him to the curb. Because you ain't had no defense. It's because you ain't got no defense. Canelo won you, beat you both fights. They were saying, well, GGG was landing the harder shots. How many rounds did GGG land the harder shots on Canelo? That's what I'm trying to say. He had moments. Oh, Canelo, his offense was sporadic. But GGG's offense was non-effective. So how the fuck, if Canelo got sporadic offense, which is actually landing some shit, and GGG's got continual offense, but he ain't landing shit, who's the guy that's winning the fight? That guy that's actually landing something. You know, this is the thing I don't understand. So if both of them were landing equally power shots, right? They were landing equally their power shots. We could say, okay, GGG was the more active fighter. He won the fight in the first fight. I'm not even talking about the second fight. We all know Canelo beat him in the second fight, right? But for you to be saying this dude be tagging your ass whenever he wants to, right? You every now and then you get something in. So you win the fight because he was aggressive, relentless aggressive. That don't mean shit. You can be a relentless aggressor. You following the motherfucker around the ring. You're not cutting off the ring. And when you do get him in the corner, you can't land nothing of substance on him. Nothing. And when I say not land nothing of substance, I'm talking about power punches. All right. Every now and then he get a jab in. All right. It don't do nothing to Canelo because he's not snapping his head back or nothing. He get a touch jab. It's not even a power jab. And GG's known for his power jabs. If this was GGG's fucking fight, if GGG was the ring general, listen to me carefully. If he was, Canelo would be stopped. Canelo would not be in this fight. He would have been knocked out. GGG was not the ring general. He was not the one with a better defense. He was not the one landing clean, effective punches. Clean, but it must also be effective. He may have landed a touch jab here or there, but when Canelo landed a jab, it was followed up by another punch, and it was very effective. Effective. The smaller guy have you looking like an ass, swinging at air the entire fight, not even landing body punches, nothing. You ain't landing nothing. GG's known as a body puncher. Where was all his body punches? Right? Outlanding you in power shots. They calling ticky-tack touch punching, touch jabs. They're calling that a jab. But a touch jab sets up for a power punch. He wasn't landing power punches, which means the touch jabs were ineffective, where I can't count those. This is not like Mayweather versus Castillo, where his jab actually snapped Castillo's head back and lined up for power punches. And he landed power punches on Castillo in the first fight. This is not the same. Where there was rumbling on the inside in the 10th round. This is not the same. Where he was blowing out Castillo in the early part of the fight. The first 4 rounds, he blew him out. This is not the same. So, Canelo, his options. All right, let me talk about that because you guys asked me a question. ATX says exactly. Canelo walked him down and took control of the center of the ring. That was in the second fight. In the first fight, he did whatever the fuck he wanted to. He was beating his ass up first in the center of the ring. Then the second time, and later on in the fight, he went to the ropes and was comfortable on the ropes against Triple G. Triple G was landing shit. It was just following him all around the corner, the different corners of the ring. Canelo was just counter punching his ass. Then Canelo would walk him back to the center of the ring and beat his ass up in the center of the ring. And then he'd go back to the ropes. He didn't care. Canelo was showing him, I could beat you on the ropes. I could beat you in the center of the ring. They didn't like that. He looked like Floyd Mayweather in there. All right? They didn't like that. So Canelo was resting on the fucking ropes. He was resting on the ropes while beating this motherfucker. Come on, man. I mean, come on, man. Hey, anyway, moving on. Second fight, obviously, Canelo won that. They're talking about GGG's jab. What did the jab do? What did the jab do? Nothing. Canelo was landing body punches on him. Was beating his ass up. GGG never advanced one iota in the second fight. In the second fight, GGG didn't even have a round. Canelo took all the fucking rounds, if you ask me. I'm exaggerating. I think GGG won one or two rounds. But the point is, Canelo dominated his ass. The only thing he didn't do was stop him. And GGG's face showed it. All right, so you guys talking about Canelo's options. So let me answer your question. AJATX. Right. So they consider Jaime Munguia. That's bullshit. I don't want to talk about that. You got Demetrius Andrade. Right? You got Demetrius Andrade. You got GGG. And you got Jamal Charlo. You got at 168, because he got different divisions. At 168, you got Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders. At 175, we have Sergey Kovalev. Okay, now what Canelo and they are mentioning is Sergey Kovalev. Callum Smith's in the equation. Callum Smith's name was mentioned. Demetrius Andrade, Triple G, and Jaime Munguia. That's what they're looking at. Okay, but he got plenty of options. He got a lot of options. But obviously, I don't give a fuck about all those other options. What I give a fuck about is him facing Demetrius Andrade. I think that is the best choice. Why? Andrade is right there at 160. Why are you going all up the divisions all over the place when you got somebody at 160 to face? And the guy has got something that can make you make history. Right? He got the WBO belt. Now, WBO belt is not the best belt in the world. Canelo's had a WBO belt. So why not get it? You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andrade's there. That's the guy I would go for. Demetrius Andrade. I think it's a good fight because everybody thinks Demetrius Andrade could beat Canelo. You know, he's got that slick style. You know, he's a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? I think most of the fans, universally, most of the fans think Demetrius Andrade. That's the dude to go get. So if I was Canelo, that's who I'm going for. Because a third Triple G fight, they're saying DAZN would use that, to get the casual fans and to get more subscriptions. I just don't think it matters. I think once you say the name Canelo, I think Canelo is now the name. I think Canelo's the guy. So I think that if you ask me, Canelo could face anybody. He gonna get a certain amount of interest because of who he faces. So not who he faces, but just to himself. And they got Canelo. They got the best fucking fighter in the world right now. All right, resume wise, win wise, opponent wise, yeah. I mean, he the best fighter right now, skill wise, etc. In my opinion, they talk about Terrence Crawford. He ain't faced nobody at welterweight. He faced one or two people. Canelo faced about 5 or 6 fucking people. All right, Canelo faced. We talking names right now, okay? Floyd Mayweather, motherfucking Miguel Cotto, Triple fucking G. That's premier names. Then we got world champions and really great fighters, okay? We got Austin Trout after he beat Miguel Cotto. We got Erislandy Lara who was the man at 160. And we got Danny fucking Jacobs. That's 6 fucking names I just mentioned there. There ain't nobody else doing that except for Manny Pacquiao in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So no middleweight comes close to what Canelo's got. His resume is ridiculous. All right. And at middleweight, he faced Miguel Cotto, Triple G, and Danny Jacobs. He got the best resume at middleweight. All right. He deserves to be the best middle in the middleweight division right now. He deserves it because he beat Danny Jacobs, he beat Triple G, and he beat Miguel Cotto. He's the dude at middleweight. No doubt about it. And he cash cow as well. So if I was, if I had to face somebody, I want Canelo to finish off middleweight. And the only way he's gonna finish off middleweight, there's one more middleweight he has to beat, and that's Demetrius Andrade. That's it. And he can leave middleweight and go do whatever he wants. But for now, that's the last guy he has to face. He don't have to face Jamal Charlo. I'm gonna tell you why. Jamal Charlo, first of all, is not a world champion right now. He's a world champion, but really he's just a regular world champion. He got Pacquiao. He got a what do you call that? He a paper champ. He's not a real champ. On paper he's a champion, but he's not really a champ. Okay, Canelo is the champ, right? So you want to go with a real authentic champ. The real authentic champ right now. Canelo faced a paper champ in Rocky Fielding. He really should have faced Callum Smith. Callum Smith's the real champ, right? But to go face Callum Smith right now doesn't make no sense because you ain't finished. You have unfinished business at 160. You got a guy right there in 160, right in your weight class, Demetrius Andrade, who's undefeated, been around. You've been his contemporary at 154. You should face this guy. It's unfinished business. You didn't ever face him at 154. You should face him at 160. Just the way how it is. And he's there. And he's in the zone. You had no problems with promotional company to get it done. Not promotional company, but with the network to get it done. Get it done. Get that fight done. He's with Matchroom. Get it done. That's the fight you need to get. All the other fights, they're a little bit, Callum Smith's also with Matchroom, but he 168. I mean, why would you want to go 168 right now? That's cool, but I mean, you got a really good fighter at 160. You get that fighter at 160, and then you go up to 168, and you handle business at 168. Besides that, you make history because since Bernard Hopkins, we have not had an undisputed middleweight champion, something that Triple G wanted to do. So you get back at Triple G for that. Sweet revenge. Yes, Demetrius Andrade is going to be a challenge for you. He's going to be a challenge. But at the end of the day, that's a good-ass fight. And in a way, it's a little bit of retribution for Demetrius Andrade in the failure of the Charlo match. And he's trying to get the fight with the Charlos. Even though I think that... oh, shit. Right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot I was supposed to go see a movie with my cousin and his nephew. So, people. So, yeah, Canelo is better than Hopkins, in my opinion. Yeah, of course. But we can't prove that yet. We can't prove that yet. That's not something I can prove. I can only talk about skill-wise. Hopkins faced legendary fighters at middleweight. Okay? Hopkins faced, resume-wise, Hopkins got a better resume than Canelo. But, again, middleweight-wise. Hopkins faced guys like James Toney, Roy Jones Jr. He faced Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad. These are all legendary fighters. These are Hall of Famers. Then he faced very good fighters like shit, I forgot his name. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Bernard Hopkins did some shit, man. At middleweight? Oh yeah. Hold on. At middleweight, I think it's resume-wise, it's a little too early to talk about Canelo because his career is nowhere finished. This dude is 28 years old. Do you guys understand that? He younger than Adrian Broner. He a baby. You know, so the dude is only 28 years old. So we got a long ways to go before Canelo's career is over. So I don't know, man. The dude's gonna be a legend in the sport of boxing. I think so. At middleweight, hold on here. All right, listen to the names. Listen to the names that that Bernard Hopkins faced at middleweight. This shit is, but he was a career middleweight though, and then he moved up to light heavyweight. Um, okay. All right, listen to the fucking names, and these guys are all world champions. I'm talking about here. Okay. All right. Segundo Americano. All right, that's one. John David Jackson. That's two. Glenn fucking Johnson. When Glenn Johnson was undefeated. That's three. Simon Brown. It was a beast at junior middleweight. And I'm trying to remember if he was at welterweight. No, junior middleweight. Simon Brown. That's another fucking name. Antoine Eccles. Felix Trinidad. William Joppy. I think William Joppy. Yeah, William Joppy. And Oscar De La Hoya. All right. Then there was, Jermaine Taylor is another one. So that's some good ass names we're talking about at Hawkins face. That's a lot of great names right there. Okay, Canelo doesn't come close to that. GGG doesn't, fuck GGG. He don't got a resume, nothing like that. Okay, his best fights are now against Canelo and Danny Jacobs. That's all the names he got. Right? Canelo got three names. He got Miguel Cotto, he got Danny Jacobs, and he got Triple G. That's his three names. And they're legendary guys. Cotto's a Hall of Famer. ADG. Triple G gonna be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you want to call him an all-time great. That's up to you. And then Danny Jacobs, he may not be in the Boxing Hall of Fame, but he is a good fighter. All right? But Hopkins, fucking Hopkins, let me count how many of them. Jermaine Taylor's one. De La Hoya's two. Joppy's three. Trinidad has four. Glenn Johnson's five. John David Jackson's six. Segundo Mercado is seven. That's seven fucking names compared to four. I mean, skill-wise, Canelo got a lot going on for him. So, skill-wise, I think that he may be a better fighter than Bernard Hopkins. Of course, Canelo's only 28, folks. Just imagine when Canelo's career is over, then we really know. We can't really say. It's still too early. You know what I mean? It's still too early. So, he young. He real young. And he far advanced than any other fighter at 28 right now. Or period. Far advanced, period. He's younger than most of the guys at middleweight. That's how crazy it is. You know, the guy he's going to face, if he does face him, which will be Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is 31. Canelo's older. It's younger than him by 4 years. So, I mean, Canelo is what it is. Canelo's Canelo. He amazing. I got a lot more to go. So, yeah. That's the option for Canelo out there because you guys asked about it. And so, yeah. I have to turn on the lights in a minute. It's 6 something. It's very late. It's very dark. Canelo is better than Oscar De La Hoya. Again, resume-wise, Oscar De La Hoya's got a ridiculous resume. Canelo's resume is good. It's impressive, but it's nothing like Oscar De La Hoya's resume. Resume-wise. Skill-wise, I think Canelo's a better fighter than Oscar De La Hoya. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Even though he was like dusted by Floyd Mayweather. Outclassed. Competitive, but outclassed. He is a better fighter, I think, than Oscar De La Hoya is. He can do a lot of things defensively. He's much better. Oscar got, I think, better movement. But then again, Canelo's very economical with his movement, so I can't really say Oscar got better movement. So yeah. So Canelo is I think he's all around a better fighter than Oscar De La Hoya as well. And that's to be expected. And he's younger than Oscar De La Hoya, so yeah. Yeah, folks. Right. So I just wanted to talk some boxing with you guys. What's this? Oh, okay. Cool. Just looking at some of these features here. Oh, okay. And do all that. Yeah. So that's basically it. What I want to talk to you guys about. Um, oh no. I had something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I almost forgot. Oh no. Hold on a second. Let me see what we get. Right, because there's a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about. Yeah, Dorticos, man. February 22nd, when Tyson Fury decided to go rematch, they want to rematch each other. Fury and Wilder. Demetrius Andre versus Billy Joe Saunders. I would love to see a rematch. So I want to tell you guys some fights I would love to see that are not on the cards right now, but I would love to see these fights. So I'm gonna go through some of them. One of them is to see Demetrius Andre face Billy Joe Saunders. I love to see that fight. That's a fight. You know, win, lose, or draw. If Demetrius faces Canelo and loses to Canelo, I would love to see him still face this dude. So Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know if they'll face each other at 168 or what. It's a fight I'd love to see. Another fight I'd love to see is at 170, 175. I'd love to see all those guys mix it up at 175. Talking about guys like um uh, what's going on here? We're frozen up? What the fuck is going on? Oh, there you go. I love to see the guys at 175, the world champions at 175 face each other. So I love to see Andre versus Saunders. I love to see the 175-pounder champions face each other with Badger Jack in the mix and Marcus Brown. I'd love to see Charlo versus Jacobs. That's a good ass fight. I would love to see. I love to see at 168 Plant versus Smith. Caleb Plant versus Callum Smith. We're getting to see Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, so I'm glad that's happening. Wanted to see that rematch. I want to see Andy Ruiz versus Joseph Parker. That rematch. I'd love to see that. I really never was interested in the cruiserweight division, so I'm not gonna talk about cruiserweight. But at the welterweight division, we're getting Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, which I would love to see. Again, that's not a hand me for Errol Spence. He gonna have to work for that one. He's saying he gonna knock out Sean Porter. Psh, I wish him the best of luck with that one. Um, but what I also want to see is I want to see Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia. I would love to see that fight. That's a good fight at welterweight. We got some good welterweight fights that I want to see. I would love to see um, Kell Brook versus Terrence Crawford. Kell Brook versus Terrence Crawford. That's a makeable fight. I would love to see that happen. Hopefully that happens. It's dark right now. Let me go turn on the light. They talked about it, but I don't know if it can happen. Victor Ortiz versus Victor Ortiz versus Brandon Rios. Still want to see that. Brandon Rios hadn't been boxing, so I don't know what'll happen with that, but that's a good fight. I want to see fights I want to see. Hold on a second. Let me have a look. Wish I could have seen Lomachenko versus Mikey Garcia, but what we might get is Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. I'm not too sure about what happens with Teofimo Lopez. I'm not too sure what kind of fighter Teofimo Lopez is, so I can't really say if that's going to be a good fight or not. We'll see. I don't know. That's a fight I want to see. Or Javante Tank Davis versus the Philly guy. What's the Philly guy's name? I forgot his name. I want to see that. That'll be a good ass fight. What else, man? Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz, the rematch. I'm kind of interested in that. So that's a fight I might want to see. See if Anthony Joshua can do something different. He was doing pretty good against Andy Ruiz until he dropped him. And after he dropped him, all hell broke loose. But Andy Ruiz gets that jab to the pit in, boy. He gets it in. Who else I would love to see? What other fights I would love to see? There's some fights I want to see, man. Oh, how could I forget? I would like to see the winner of Jarrett Hurd versus Julian Williams face the winner of Tony Harrison versus Jamel Charlo. I'll see that fight. That's a good ass fight. I like to see Jamel Charlo versus Demetrius Andre too. I'd love to see that. So Andre has two fights that I think would be good fights for him, which would be Billy Joe Saunders versus him and Jamel Charlo versus him. Jamel Charlo versus Danny Jacobs, or Demetrius Andre versus Danny Jacobs, or Danny Jacobs versus Billy Joe Saunders. Any one of those is just fun too. But yeah. If Jaime McGee could be put into the mix, I would like to see Jaime McGee, but he'd probably lose. But nonetheless, against any one of those other 154 pounders that I just mentioned. Yeah. We got some upcoming also, guys. The 140 division. I just have not been following it. I've not been really interested in it, to be honest with you. That's just being truly honest. I think that Adrian Broner beats any one of those 140 pounders. They don't impress me. None of them. Yeah. Lightweight's interesting because of Lomachenko and some of these new lightweight champions that have come up. But I don't know. Super featherweight's where Gervonta Davis is. You know, Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis. I want to see that. I want to see Gervonta Davis face Tevin Farmer. I know he's gonna beat him, but I just want to see it. I want to see. I wanted to see Gervonta Davis also face the other super featherweight champion, the WBC, I think it is, super featherweight champion. I want to see him face him. I think Gervonta Davis is the WBA, if I'm not mistaken. Tevin Farmer is the IBF. I think Tevin Farmer has Gervonta Davis's title, something like that. Hold on a second. Robert Helenius, that was the guy that Dillian White faced. Couldn't do nothing to him. Hold on a second, we'll get it. Oh yeah, I forgot there's Alexander Usyk up in there, in that division. Michael Hunter's in that division as well. Alexander Povetkin's still there. You got Parker, Luis Ortiz. He's gonna be facing Deontay Wilder. I wanted to see Luis Ortiz versus Anthony Joshua. I still wanted to see that fight. Luis Ortiz versus Anthony Joshua. You know, maybe a step-up fight with Chisora. Maybe Michael Hunter versus Derek Chisora. Something like that. You got Alexander Usyk as well. He probably could face either Chisora or Usyk could actually face Dillian White. That would be a good fight. Usyk versus White. It's a good fight. Usyk looks stronger too. So, I mean, there's also Kubrat Pulov up there. There's also Gilberto Ramirez, who's now at light heavyweight, right? You got Elita Alvarez, who's still around. Sullivan Barrera, Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard, isn't he supposed to face Sergey Kovalev? Up in there. He also moved up. Yeah. But I want to see Bivol, BWF, Gavordik, and Kovalev all face each other. I want to see that. Definitely want to see that. That'd be great. In the super middleweight division, we got Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, Callum Smith, and Anthony Durrell. Durrell's probably the weakest of them all. I want to see them all face each other. You know what I'm saying? Lemieux's up in there now. I mean, Peter Quillen's up in there. David Lemieux has moved up there. Chris Eubank Jr. has been there for a little bit. He got some minor title out there. So those are the guys we're talking about. I didn't know Willie Monroe is up in that division now. He's also 168 pounder. So Willie Monroe's moved up. Right? In the middleweight division, I think we still have Gabe Rosado is there. So Gabe Rosado is somewhere in that division. Also got guys like Luis Arias. Signed him down. We get his ass knocked out. He moved up to super middleweight, so he's not there anymore. Brandon Adams proved to be pretty good. Matvey Korobov is there. Jeff Horn is actually at 160. I remember that. Jeff Horn's a 160 pounder now. Yeah. So we got Derevyanchenko. I would like to see Derevyanchenko versus Solanke. I would like to see Derevyanchenko versus Demetrius Andrade. I would like to see Derevyanchenko versus Gennady Golovkin. Oh man, I want to see more of Derevyanchenko. You know, versus Canelo. That probably never happened. But it was actually supposed to happen. Canelo was going to face Derevyanchenko. Yeah, but I don't want to see that now. I want to see Canelo face Demetrius Andrade. That's the one I want to see. Thank you for the likes. People were giving likes, smashing that like button. That's great stuff. I see somebody still watching my video. That's why I'm just rolling through. Don't forget you could input anything, say anything you want to say. I gotta go in a minute though. Kell Brooks supposed to be at super middleweight, but he's not. I think he's now back down at welterweight. Erickson Lubin, we gotta pay attention to him, even though he probably gonna get smashed by the next person who's got sufficient power and skill. Austin Trout's almost over the hill. He need to hang it up. Let me tell you somebody who's worth the while talking about though, that we haven't talked about in middleweight division. Erislandy Lara, I think he won his last fight. But Erislandy Lara is still up in there. He's not completely done. Yeah, besides the other guys I just mentioned, that's about it. Talked about welterweight. Of course, I want to see Josecito Lopez again. We haven't really heard much from David Avanesian, but Avanesian been quietly doing his thing in the background. And Thulani Mbench. Watch out for Thulani Mbench. And there's another guy out there that's we're talking about, but we haven't really talked much about him. I think Jesse Vargas is now at 154. But hold on. I'm trying to find the guy. He's somewhere in here. Sergey Lipinet's been making a claim to fame. So you gotta watch out for Sergey Lipinets. I think he has a fight coming up soon. Collazo's still fighting. I think Ray Robinson faced who? Some guy. That's the guy I'm talking about. The guy that Ray Robinson recently faced. Who was that guy? You remember who I'm talking about? Hold on a second. There we go. Come on, I'm gonna get him now. Josh Kelly. I wasn't impressed by Josh Kelly, but Josh Kelly's another guy you gotta talk about. So Josh Kelly's up. Oh yeah, I see him now. Josh Kelly's in that division. Yeah. Jose Carlos Ramirez. Well, they got the round robin going on, so you can see those fights. It's Maurice Hooker, Josh Taylor, Regis Prograis, and Jose Ramirez, right? It's in the super lightweight division. Thank you for smashing that like button, folks. Thank you very much. Luke Campbell's going to be facing Vasily Lomachenko. I think Campbell goes the distance with Lomachenko. But that's about it. I don't think there's anything else. You got Rancis Bartholomew who could face Vasily Lomachenko. That should be a good fight. Robert Easter Jr. is in there. Devin Haney's in there. Ryan Garcia's in that division. Of course, we'd like to see Devin Haney face Ryan Garcia at some point in time. We got Raleigh's in that division as well as, of course, Teofimo Lopez is in that division. Got Pedraza. Lee Selby has just disappeared after he became world champion. That was about it. Never heard nothing about Lee Selby since then. It's been kind of quiet. Corolla got his ass beat. Jorge Linares, we're not hearing much about him either. Don't know what's going on with Jorge Linares. Javier Fortuna is in that division as well. So it's a pretty hot division. It's just that I haven't really heard much about anybody in that division for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Miguel Berchelt. I think he's supposed to be facing somebody. Francisco Vargas is supposed to be matching some dude. Can't remember who. But Miguel Berchelt right now is the WBC champion. That's somebody I want Gervonta Davis to actually face. I didn't know Jojo Diaz is actually a paper champion for the WBA. Apparently he is. Abner Mares is also in this division. I would like to see Abner Mares face Gervonta Davis. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. That's also another fight I want to see. They're talking about Gervonta Davis facing Yorkis Gamboa. Could be a good-ass fight. Gamboa is at lightweight now. I don't know if he's going to go down to super featherweight again. I don't know if that's a good move, but maybe Davis moves up to lightweight. Who knows? Jamel Herring's also, he's WBO champion. Night Train, I'm a new subscriber. If Canelo and Andre fight, who you got winning? Canelo. I got Canelo. Yeah. But, should be a good fight nonetheless. Because Demetrius Andrade is a very good fighter. He's undefeated at that. And he has some pretty good names on his resume. Don't get me wrong. Demetrius Andrade got some good names on his resume. No names like what Canelo has, but he's got, and you know, he's never been on the level that Canelo's been on, but you know, he's got some good names. Let me show you what the people that Demetrius Andrade beat, okay? Or faced. Well, beat and faced. Okay? The following. I used to call him Andrade too. Oh, it's a good fight. And I'm going to say this. It's not a hand meat to Canelo. And that's what I like about it. So that's why, you know, it's a nice little challenge. Canelo has faced a style like that before in terms of slick fighter, you know, moves, has good movement, that kind of stuff. He's faced those guys before, but nonetheless, it's a good ass fight, and that's what I like about it. Yeah. Shout out to Night Train. Night Train, thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. All right, these are the names of the people that Demetrius Andrade has faced and beaten, and there are some pretty good names. I'm not bad names. They're okay. He beat guy like Vanis Matarossian when Matarossian was undefeated. He pulled out a split decision win over him. Matarossian dropped his ass in the first couple of rounds. He dropped him. Then he faced Willie Nelson. He was able to stop Willie Nelson in the 12th round. Willie Nelson's the guy that actually beat first guy to beat Tony Harrison and stop him, actually. Okay. He then went on to move up to middleweight, beat Walter Kandonkora, was an African dude, for the vacant WBO middleweight title. He had been off from boxing for a while, man. He couldn't get no damn fight for almost a year. From October to October 2017 to October 2018. He wasn't fighting. So, and that was sad for him. And then he faced this guy, Walter Katong. He wasn't a good fighter, though. Let me just be honest. He had a lot of fundamental flaws. He was slow as fuck. So, no, he wasn't a good fighter. But he beat him anyway. And then he went on to face Arthur Akavov, which is, I believe that's Arthur Koval. Whatever. Whatever. Fuck it. Saying Akavov is not Akavov. Hold on. Motherfucker. Hold on a second. Okay. He go by another name. I know by another name. Oh no, Korobov was Charlo faced Korobov. Sorry, Akavov is another guy. Okay, great, cool. I don't know this dude. I don't know. All right, he okay. So at middleweight, he didn't really face nobody. His first really good challenge at middleweight was Maciej Solenki, right? Solenki, and he was able to win the majority of rounds against Solenki, even though Solenki was very competitive with him. All right. That at middleweight, he didn't really fight nobody. So he faced Solenki. He faced Nelson and Mazarosian. That's about it. Wow, his career really is shit. I thought he faced some people. He ain't faced nobody. Here's what it is, I guess. So Demetrius Andre really didn't face much competition. I didn't know he didn't really face no serious competition. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, uh, the other person that Canelo had an option of facing that it was kind of entertaining Oscar De La Hoya was Errol Spence. I forgot about that. Errol Spence was like, all right, I'm going to take on Sean Porter now. Go up and face Canelo. Now, you know what's the thing? When you're a cash cow, everybody be calling your ass out. So, like, for instance, Javante Davis, he's a hot name. Your cash cow. Lobachenko be calling out Javante Davis. Your Terry Farmer's calling out Javante Davis. What's his name? People be calling out Javante Davis, right? What's the guy's name? Everybody was calling him out. For some reason, I just can't remember these names. And it's the same thing with Canelo. Canelo's a fucking cash cow. So everybody gonna call on Canelo, right? And so Demetrius Andrews happy to fight Canelo. Jamal Charles like, Canelo. You know what I'm saying? GGG's like, Canelo. Third fight, yeah, dollar sign. Callum Smith's like, Canelo, look at me here. All right, Billy Joe Saunders out at 168 and he's still like, Canelo, yeah, sure, Canelo. You know what I mean? So it's not funny. The fucking welterweight in Errol Spence would be saying like, Canelo call my name? Oh yeah, I'll fight Canelo right after I face Sean Porter. Why not? I mean, and you know what's the interesting thing is, Canelo might even entertain that notion, which would be stupid. So I wouldn't want Canelo to face Errol Spence. That's stupid. He's smaller than you. Let's not pretend. I don't care if he spars light heavyweights. That's sparring. He is smaller than you, and you got the defensive skills to already nullify him. I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to see that. That would be murder. And Errol Spence is a good fighter, but he would get his ass beat. Bad. I don't want to see that. That's not right. There's something wrong with that. You know what I mean? You know, Canelo just beating Errol Spence all around the ring because Canelo hits hard. He hits fucking hard. Okay, and you just come in there. You were just a little. I don't care you been facing the light heavyweights. I don't even care if you facing the Charlo brothers. It is a different story when you fighting without headgear and with 10-ounce gloves. You about to get your ass smoked. Okay, you've been fighting welterweights. Okay, motherfucker, you've been fighting welterweights. To jump up and try and face a fucking middleweight who has faced experienced fucking middleweights, you know, really skilled fucking middleweights. I don't care. You could pivot like the sun. That is not a good idea. You know, Floyd could do it because he had a lot of experience. You don't have that fucking experience. You know, and you get hit a little too much. I wouldn't want to see that shit. No. Errol keep his little ass down at welterweight. You a welterweight right now. Alright, you know, just jump all the way up. You trying to be Mikey Garcia now? That's some fucked up shit. No, I wouldn't want to see that. You do it for the payday, of course. But still, that ain't worth the payday. He gonna look like Mikey Garcia up in there. I don't want to see it. I know he can box. I know he can box very well. I'm sure it would be competitive. I just don't want to see it. Not now. Be a middleweight and face Canelo, or be a whatever Canelo is and face him. That's a fair fight. That's just not a fair fight. You chasing paper, man. Shit. You gotta be kidding me. Canelo can't fight and he can box. And I would not want to see that. And he fights. What does Canelo do? He goes to the body. So we know he gonna get Spence to the body, right? Will Spence get Canelo to the body? It's a little bit different because Canelo moves his upper body a certain kind of way. Spence, if he couldn't do shit to Mikey Garcia, what's he gonna do to Canelo? Canelo's much better fighter than Mikey Garcia. What's he gonna do to Canelo? You know, and Canelo be like, rolling and countering. No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't see that. Not right now. No, no. Spence better fight. I want Spence to get some fights in the weight class before he faces Canelo. Because otherwise, Canelo would rout his ass. He would kill him. He would knock him out. He'll stop Spence. I think so. I mean, Spence has good defense, so he may not stop him. But I feel he would stop him. Because he's just too small. He's just too fucking small. I don't care if he walks around at 175. He's too fucking small. He's not been in a professional ring, in a professional fight with a fucking middleweight. It's totally different. I'm sparring. Yeah, Mikey was sparring big guys. Right? Mikey got some pop. Errol Spence respected the pop. But who won the fight? Errol Spence. It was a one-sided fight. Right? Why does Errol Spence think he can outbox Canelo? Canelo's a fucking boxer. That's what he is, a boxer puncher. That's what Canelo is. Canelo's not a swimmer. He's not a swimmer. He's not a brawler. He's a fucking boxer. You're gonna outbox that boxer? Get the fuck out of here. After he has faced Floyd Mayweather, you sparred Floyd Mayweather. He fought him in a professional fucking boxing ring. You sparred Floyd. Okay? I mean, come on, man. Nah, seriously. I mean, Spence will be competitive, but no, man. It's not going to be a Amir Khan fight. You're not going to just knock him the spark out. But at the same time, Spence does have lovely pivot work, so he can work his way around the ring, but he's not Floyd. You're not Floyd, buddy. You're not Floyd. I get his confidence. That'll be a paycheck, though. Good paycheck, and you would learn a lot, but that motherfucker's a veteran. You probably older than Canelo. Or is he older than Canelo? He probably is, isn't he? He's probably older than Canelo, but not Canelo, man. Y'all gotta be fucking joking, man. That's just too wrong. Do you think Canelo versus Mayweather will be the same results now Canelo got more experience? It wouldn't be the same. No, it wouldn't be the same. It'd be closer, and especially if Floyd's older. Yeah, it'd be a closer fight. Floyd wouldn't just rout his ass. It'll be closer. But I still got Floyd winning. Not now. Floyd's out of boxing, so I don't expect Floyd to win him. Floyd's out of boxing. You gotta understand there's a difference. When you're out of a sport for so long, to get back into the sport, it's not gonna happen. Now, it would be just wrong to put Floyd in there with Canelo at this point in time. What Floyd gonna do? Run for the whole entire? You're gonna just try and box him, stay away from him for 12 rounds. I mean, that would be wrong. Floyd's out of boxing. It's not happening. He can't come back. I don't think he can come back into boxing right now after so many years of being out of boxing. He fought a professional boxing match in 2017. That's 2 years ago. His last, and that was against a guy that wasn't even a boxer, right? And he was getting touched up, right? If he, and his last professional boxing match against a credible professional boxer was in 2015. That's 4 years ago. That's way too long to be out of a boxing ring. Way too long to be out of the sport and a game like that. And he might be hitting harder and he might be even solider now. He's not as mobile as he used to be. And even a Floyd Pacquiao fight right now, at this point in time, will be stupid. It's just be stupid. Because you've been out of boxing, you're gonna be in problems. You're gonna be in problems. I mean, you might try to train like a beast and then realize I can't do this. Look at Marcus Maidana. Marcus Maidana was at the sport of boxing for 2013. That motherfucker was out of boxing since 2013 or 2014. I think it was 2014. So he'd been out of the sport of boxing for 5 fucking years trying to get back in shape and get back into boxing. You're not gonna be the same person. You know, it's gonna be fucked up. You know, I didn't see my cousin call me, so that probably means we're not going nowhere anymore. Yeah, so um, you know, we're going on 2 hours talking here, by the way, this live feed. But yeah, the sport of boxing, you can't stay out of the sport. Everybody be progressing forward. People be pushing, trying to get to the next level in boxing. If you have been out of the sport of boxing for 5 years, 2 years, three, that's a lot of time to be out of the sport of boxing. It's like a millennia. You gotta play catch up. You know. So I don't see Floyd coming back to the sport of boxing like that. He gonna get a little bit of money here and there facing MMA fighters and guys like that, but he ain't gonna fight no boxer, professional boxer. That shit is over. His career is over. It's done. And he'll try to prove me wrong. If you don't want to get his ass handed to him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Night Train. Shout out to you, man. Talking to you guys boxing for the longest hour. Don't forget, man. Don't just subscribe to my channel. Don't forget you can donate to my channel. I gotta keep on reminding you guys. You can donate to my channel. Alright, this is a channel that tries to monetize itself. I don't have, unfortunately, I'm not in the United States of America. So what happens is I'm in the Caribbean. Beautiful Caribbean island, by the way. Beautiful weather. But unfortunately for us, YouTube does not offer I can't do certain things online unless I lie and I'm saying I'm in the United States territory or something. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm an honest guy. Hold on a second. Get Adrian Broner's age. I want to see if Canelo's younger than Adrian Broner. Holy fuck. He's younger than Adrian Broner. Errol Spence, that's the name of it. Shit. I think Errol Spence's father may have been a boxer too. Hold on a second. Shit. Canelo's younger than Errol Spence. Isn't that crazy? This is some crazy shit. He's younger than Errol Spence. He's younger than Sean Porter. He's younger than Adrian Broner. These are young ones. Fuck. Get out. Fucking. Get out. Get the fuck out of here. Terrence Crawford. There's one more. Terrence Crawford's 35 and all. I didn't even know that. Shit. Terrence Crawford is 31. Keith Thurman and Terrence Crawford are the same age. That's some crazy ass shit, isn't it? I think so. That's crazy. So Terrence Crawford's older than Canelo. Hey, let's look at the contemporary Canelo. And Canelo been around before those guys because he turned professional before them. You know, they were still in the amateurs, but Terrence Crawford's older than Canelo. Amir Khan's older than Canelo. This is crazy. Jamal Charlo's older than Canelo. Keith Thurman's older than Canelo. All you guys are older than Canelo. That's crazy. Mikey Garcia's older than Canelo. Cal Brooks older than Canelo. With chocolate brownie. Yeah, those guys are older than Canelo. Canelo is young, man. He's a young motherfucker. It's crazy, isn't it? All right, guys. So I just wanted to talk about these things. Those are the upcoming fights I wanted to see. Um, Leo Santa Cruz was calling out. Leo Santa Cruz was calling out Tank Javante Tank Davis. Gary Russell Jr. was mentioning Tank's name. Oh, that's the fight I want to see. Gary Russell Jr. versus Leo Santa Cruz. I don't see that shit. And Shakur Stevenson's in that division. That's the featherweight division. Oscar Valdez is in that division as well. And Josh Warrington. Josh Warrington just beat Carl Frampton. Just beat Carl Frampton. Yeah. So I'd love to see Oscar Valdez versus either Santa Cruz or Gary Russell Jr. at some point. Yep. And I think my boy El Chacon. He's fighting at super bantamweight. Had his most recent super bantamweight fight where he stopped the guy. Good fight. It's a good fight. So I'm gonna give him a rigging now. Hopefully he gets a championship shot soon at super bantamweight. So, cause they stripped him of all his fucking titles, man. They really treat that guy bad. Cause of fucking Barbarian. Fuck Barbarian. Donaire's doing his thing at bantamweight. He got to face Zolani Tate, Niall Inu. We've been doing some shit in the bantamweight division, so I love to see Donaire versus Inu. You know what I'm saying? Tate versus Donaire, all that shit. I see Joseph Rebecca still around. That's interesting. Yeah, guys. So anyway, those are the fights I wanted to see, and also you guys were talking about stuff that you wanted to see and talk about. So I was able to talk with you guys a good bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We've been 2 hours and 10 minutes into the video. We talked a lot about boxing, and you might see me a lot during this week, but I tried to keep it interesting. I tried to keep it, so that you guys enjoyed yourselves. I didn't turn on the lights to my house yet. I got to turn on the lights because of security reasons. But we talked boxing, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget you can donate to my channel. How do you donate to my channel? So you guys might want to know how to donate to my channel. There's a live stream. Obviously, the comment section. I don't know why my comments are not showing in my live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'll make sure that the chat section set up so that you can see the comments. Because so far, I'm not seeing the comments to my videos when I'm done with them. And you should be able to see the comments to the videos afterwards. So we're going to set it up to make sure that that comes to pass. All right. To all the people in the chat who participated in this chat section, I want to thank Night Train for participating. And also AJATX. Shout out to you. You guys know some boxing, man. So I'm glad. Jackson the Hopeful, Santos Ragojo, shout out to you, brother. And Pooby Sistrum. You guys keep on coming through. I like that. Thank you for coming through, checking out this channel. If you guys have anything else you want to say to me, let me know. I'm out of here. Deuces to everybody. Have a good night. Peace.